Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories are from IDontWorkHereLady. Story 1 is by Skyraker Beyond, and I love this one. I swear this person has to be a bit of a troll, because I don't know anybody who would go through with this. No can do, they said everyone. This one happened to me a couple years back. I was down in Georgia camping for a spring vacation and happened to be wearing a nice red polo shirt and wandered into Target to pick up a few gifts for my family back up in Canada. While perusing the back shelves, a harried-looking Target manager runs up to me and tells me to get in the back. I try to tell him, "Hey, I don't work here," and he interrupts me with, "I don't care what you're doing, get in the back," and basically dragged me into the back area and over to one of the office conference rooms for a presentation from a regional executive. There were a lot of people in that office, and it seemed like that Target had called everyone who would normally be on shift into the office for this meeting, so they had a lot of people that some managers had never interacted with before. I'm guessing that's why I got dragged in. It was very obvious to me that anyone I made eye contact with knew I didn't work there, since they were all laughing at my bewildered "WTF am I doing here" look and wearing the wrong pants. Then the executive rolled in and ran an hour-long presentation about some variety of performance metrics, some new fast business action plan or something that I tuned right out. I probably could have left if I actually made any real effort, but it would have caused a stink, and it definitely made the store look inept in front of their big boss, and I'm not that much of an a-hole. Also, the meeting was catered, so I took advantage of the free lunch. After it was done, we all filed out. I headed off to buy my purchases, and the cashier glanced at my shirt and gave me the employee discount. Edit, just to clarify. I was being Canadian when I said I was dragged. The manager didn't physically drag me in, but he glared at me and kept telling me to hurry up, and so I was bound by social convention to follow him and see whatever hilarity this was going to lead to. Good job, OP. I mean, catered lunch for free? Why not? Down in the comments by 404 user NKT found, "Yay, lunch. I love that the cashier gave you the discount. They probably knew you had been pulled into the meeting." Underneath that comment by Kiwimaz, "Free lunch makes it worth it. I would have loved to see the reaction if you had piped up about being a customer being dragged in." And underneath that by Himitsumono, "This, Mr. Big winds up his attempt at death by PowerPoint and asks if there's any questions, and you're ready. Sir, yes, I have a question. Can you explain to me why this imbecile manager who works for you feels it's appropriate to round up any customer in a red shirt and drag them bodily into his useless meeting you subjected the employees to? Oh, and one more, if you don't mind. Who's your legal representative? My attorney would enjoy a little chat with them. And please make sure your idiot accomplice here doesn't think of deleting the security footage. The judge will look upon that very unkindly." I don't know, I think threatening some sort of legal action is a little over the top. But this story is still epic. Like, you have nothing going on in your day. You're like, I got a couple hours to spare. I'm just gonna go and kind of laugh at this. And of course he's Canadian, so he's just being polite when he does as he's told, right? Our next story today is by Silent Nature 1540. Ocean State, I don't work here, lady. My husband, who's a 41 male, told me, who's a 30 female, this story that happened to him yesterday, so I'm sharing this on Reddit today. Yesterday, my husband went to the Ocean State job lot, which if you don't know is maybe like a Costco, I would guess would be the best way to describe it. He was making his way over to the pool stuff since we needed some metal-out chemicals for our son's kiddie pool. While there, he had run in with an "I don't work here" Karen. It started when he heard a lady who we'll call Karen say, "Boy," with snapping fingers. My husband ignored it because no one in their right mind would answer to that. Then Karen moved closer to husband and said again, "Hey, boy." Husband again ignored Karen. Karen by the third time probably realized that husband was purposely ignoring her. So she said, "Boy, I'm talking to you," without snapping her fingers, to which my husband responded, "Excuse me? Who are you talking to?" Karen says, You need to help me," then starts saying what she needs help with. To which husband responds, "Yeah, I don't work here." She didn't like that answer, of course, saying, "You will help me now," and still goes on about what she needs help with. My husband, finally having had enough of her, cuts her off by saying, "B word, I don't work here." And in your typical Karen fashion, she said she was going to get the manager and get him fired. Husband continues to get what he needs, and just before getting to checkout, here comes Karen with the manager. "There he is," Karen says, pointing to my husband. To which the manager says, "I can't fire him. He doesn't work here." Manager then gets smart and jokingly says, "But I can find out where he works and get him fired." To which Karen just stormed off, ranting about entitled people. Oh, the irony. My husband and the manager just laughed as she walked away in a huff. Sorry, it's probably shorter than what everyone would like, but I hope you got a nice laugh about it. Edited to add, he was wearing jeans and a gray Carhartt t-shirt, so not whatever work uniform the workers wear. This is your typical Karen. They see somebody, they expect help from them even if they don't work there. And some people do help people, even if they don't work there, but they have to be nice to them. And somebody snapping their fingers at you and calling you boy is awful. Down in the comments by Kai Side, the entitled person complaining about entitled people. Who the heck calls someone boy? This isn't 1903. Underneath that by the OP Silent Nature 1540. My mom said the same thing when I told her about it. 1900s called and they want their Karen back. Our next story is by Cassie Chan. What Karens Are Like on a Holiday. 3 weeks ago, I was working in a children's animation team on a Roompot Park. Fancy camping. It might be good to know that the animation team was wearing a blue t-shirt, the information desk wore bluish-green polos, and the restaurant wore black button-ups. We had a game of bingo scheduled for the evening, and I was unfortunate enough to be the one who had to sell the bingo cards. The only registers the park had were at the info desk, the store, in the restaurant, so whenever people had to pay for an activity, we would send them to the restaurant. I was selling bingo cards in the restaurant, and people would constantly ask me for drinks. I think it makes sense to ask the person behind the counter for drinks, so I don't blame them. Once we were sold out of cards, I started packing up my stuff. That's when Karen K comes in. The conversation went like this. K: "Hey, I'd like a cola light, please." Me: "I don't actually work in the restaurant. Would you like me to get someone who works here?" K: "Oh, I see. You're from the info thing. How much would it cost to rent a bike?" Me: "I'm not from the information desk. I'm actually from the Annie." K: "But you're wearing green." Me: "It's blue, actually." K: "No, it's not. I'd like to rent a bike. How much would that cost?" Me: "I don't know. You can..." K: "You don't know? But you work here. Get me your manager." Me: "Sure." Because I'm an outsourced worker and we would only be there for 3 weeks, I didn't have a manager on the park, so I just went and got the restaurant manager. M: "Hi, I'm Coos. What seems to be the problem?" K: "Your employee refused to help me and doesn't know how to do her job. She wouldn't even tell me how much it would cost to rent a bike." M: "The information desk is currently closed, ma'am, but they would love to help you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Signs that I can leave. They talked for a bit until Karen left. Unfortunately for me, her husband, poor guy, had bought bingo cards for them both, so not even 20 minutes later I had to face her again. If looks could kill. Oh, I'm sure if looks could kill, we'd all be dead long ago. We've all pissed somebody off in our lifetime. Down in the comments by SRD1194. The concept of not my department eludes some people. Their lives are surely very interesting, having perfect knowledge and unlimited access to every aspect of their own workplace, as they surely must. Why else would they assume the rest of us have such knowledge and access in our workplaces? Our stories for today have come to a close. Until we meet again, don't wear red shirts at Target. And have a great day.